Hey y'all, welcome to another week of Wild Blue Weekly News. Didn't make it to making a video last week, so we're going to move on with this week and get started here looking at all the things that have gone on over the last couple of weeks since we got a little bit more time that we're looking into. Alright, so I'm doing things a bit different now. I put away my phone camera and got out my real camera, since my phone camera was making me look like some kind of frog guy or fish guy or whatever, so this one doesn't distort my face so much. So anyway, this last weekend I had a chance to head out to Robbers Cave State Park here in Oklahoma, searching for the old Squatch. Didn't see too much, but we're going to have a video up here in a little while showing our adventures out there. I got a lot of other videos I'm working on, so it'll be a little bit while before I get to it. Got a huge backlog of all these videos I've been trying to get out for a long time now. But anyway, let's get on into this week of all these crazy stories that are out there, all these strange things that are going on. So this first one here has to do with this kid, and he's apparently fighting off this ghost that's trying to steal his bottle. He's telling it to give it back and to stop taking my bottle. You can kind of see the bottles being pulled away from him to some degree by some unknown, unseeable force. Now, whether this kid's just kind of goofing around and has some sort of imaginary deal going on where he's thinking in his head that something's pulling it away, I don't really know. It could be the real deal here. Yeah, but here he is, he's saying, "Mine and give it back." Move on to our next sighting here. So this person posts a lot of UFO videos, tons of them every week. Got this one flying across the top here. It's kind of strange. You got some sort of little, maybe it's a person running across the street down there. This one's pretty interesting. It could just be the bottom of a plane going through the clouds, or maybe it's something more. Move on to the next one here. Now this one's real interesting here. Got what looks to be a triangular shaped UFO, your traditional looking one with the lights on the corners and one red light in the center. Could be CGI. One thing that kind of stands out to me though is that you can see through the trees. Usually if you'd look at some kind of CGI deal, the trees wouldn't be showing through like that. You'd be just seeing sort of some distortion there. It could just be the low quality of the video lending to it being something that you're not seeing that. Could just be some well done CGI, not your amateur hour of CGI. So the next one we got here is from Belgrade, Serbia. This one took place on February 14th of this year. You can see a red diamond-shaped object up there, kind of floating above the city. These guys are speaking Serbian here, discussing what they're seeing. And they're pretty freaked out by it. Definitely something out of the ordinary for them. So you know, it may be something more than just your everyday weather balloon or aircraft that we're familiar with. It may be something else we're seeing here. But it ain't performing any crazy maneuvers. It's just kind of hovering there. Looks like it is moving a bit now. Alright, so this guy's talking about what we're seeing here. You know, that looks to me like kind of a street light, but apparently he's a little bit more concerned with it. You can see a plane flying through the background there. It's pretty interesting seeing the light coming down from it like that, like it's about to abduct someone. Interesting. We've got another one here. This guy's searching for demons in this house. That's not something I really want to get into. You know, you never know what's going to follow you home. He's feeling out something here with his electromagnetic field detector, what it looks like there. Let's move on through here. Let's move to the good part here at the end. Not seeing too much going on right now. See if something shows up here. Is the door about to open? Yep, there it goes. See something moving around back there. Video's entitled Demon Turned Into Cat, so maybe that's the cat demon there hanging out behind that door. We've got another event here towards the end. Let's check this one out. Now something just popped and freaked this guy out. Almost dropped his camera. Strange stuff there. Definitely some demon or poltergeist activity. You never know. It looks like he didn't have any sort of communication with it. No voices or anything that I heard on the film there. Alright, so next up we got this article here talking about this Bigfoot that was sighted on video. Now it looks kind of like a person to me wearing a big red shirt. Here's the actual video. You see it moving across the water there. Pretty interesting. It's like it took place at the Cass River in Michigan. Maybe that's somewhere I better head on to see if I can find a squatch out there. But it definitely looks to me like it could be a person. You look down and see the line here. That almost looks like the edge of a shirt. And the person's wearing some black pants. He's looking over wondering why he's being filmed by these strange people on the other part of the river. Next up we got this interesting article here talking about crop circles producing some sound of their own. Now I don't see a whole lot about crop circles. Back in the day it seemed like that was something that was really popular, especially in the late 90s and early 2000s. But it's kind of gone to the wayside, maybe after it was proven that some college kids with a block of wood and some rope could perform the same sort of actions that would create a crop circle. But anyway, this article here shows that some researchers are detecting some low frequency sounds inside these circles. Apparently this is going to be the video here that shows some of these sounds. Right on, definitely sounds like some aliens making that sound. It's basically just overlaying these sounds kind of onto whatever the shape of the crop circle is. I don't know that necessarily proves that these crop circles are actually making the sound, rather than them just having this sort of sound overlaid on top of it. Like if you were to run a disc of a tree that had been cut, like the cross section on a record player, it still produced some sounds, but that doesn't mean that's what the tree is singing to us. Alright, here we got an old one going back to 1996. Crop circles being formed. Now this is a real popular one, been around for many years. Seeing what looks to be some crop circles pretty much instantly forming in this field with these orbs flying around above it. I remember seeing this one years ago. I don't know that it's really been disproven or anything. It's certainly real interesting. Next up here we got some UFO sightings over China Grove in North Carolina. Now these lights are just kind of hovering there. Kind of make me think of the old Phoenix lights from back in the day. Not doing anything too out of the ordinary. We move on and look at them in the daylight there. Same sort of deal. Anyway, I'm not seeing too much, so we'll just move on to the next one here. That one's not as interesting as some of these others we've been seeing. So next up here we got Wendigo sightings. Now this guy's gone through and pulled a few videos of some Wendigos that have apparently been caught on camera. If you don't know what a Wendigo is, it's similar to a skinwalker. It's kind of a cross between a person and a deer, kind of a chimera of sorts. You see a lot of these on the subreddit crawlers. That's a real creepy one if you head over there. A lot of stories about seeing these things crawling around. Definitely in this video we got something strange going on here.
Yeah, on the right.
Got this creature just kind of looking through the screen of this window. Now whether it's a person or not in a costume, I don't know. He's kind of moving his head back and forth, wobbling around a little bit. Definitely some creepiness to this. Very strange. Now these things are some of the scariest looking creatures out there. Move on to the next sighting here and see what we got. So this guy sees something up above in the loft or whatever of his barn or garage. Poor quality, looks like it came from the other side of the world somewhere. Filmed with some kind of potato plugged into an 18th century video camera. If those existed back then. There he is. Oh look, it's on the top of his roof. Very strange, he ducks back down, got them glowing eyes like that. Alright, this last one here is apparently some Sasquatch or some kind of creature vocalizing in a forest. Now I've heard some strange sounds before. many of which would probably be attributed to like an owl or something like that. But there's other sounds I've heard out there of some kind of creature roaring. You know, it could be bear or possibly some other large mammal. But you know, this one here is a lot more like a screeching sound. We'll go ahead and listen to it here. It's pretty old. I think it's about 20 years old. Listen to that right there. Alright, we got another one connected to it here. This one's another one of those screeching ones, so we're going to listen to it here. See, we got some tracks there. Can't tell much of it. And there we go, we got the screeching going on in the background. Wish they didn't have the music playing over it. I would have been able to hear a bit better. So anyway, that about wraps it up for this week and the crazy things going on in the world. If y'all have anything y'all want to share with Wild Blue, as far as videos or any sort of footage or pictures of anything strange, including UFOs, ghosts, aliens, and Sasquatch and the like, send them here to wildbluetvstories@gmail.com. Check out our website and check out our Facebook page. If y'all like this video, like and subscribe. With that said, Wild Blue out.